Oxfordshire again, and today, guys, I'm here to do another anime review. As the review is to Tales of Zestiria Season 2, Episode 7, guys. So let's get into it. So, guys, in this episode of Tales of Zestiria, again, like I said, this season is good. Like Tales of Zestiria, the anime is gonna be anime original. Especially looks like there's some characters are going to be completely different. Like, the characters themselves are the same characters, but how they're going to get portrayed, how they're going to get shown in the anime, it's going to be different how they were portrayed in the game. Especially Moltran right now, because Moltran, I've got to say, I don't really want to reveal it, because until she dies, that's or when it ends up revealing something about her, then I will maybe bring it up. But she is the character Moltran. Of course, she's important in this season, in the anime as well. But in the game, there is one important fact about her that I'm wondering if they're going to add it in about her character, because it could change how Alicia would think about the world, about people. Like, in the game, it did affect her when she found about certain information about Moltran. But I wonder how the animes go deal with it, from how much we're seeing of Alicia in this episode, because most of this episode is being focused on Alicia. It pretty much focused on Alicia's events during when Saray was purifying Pendrago. These are the events that were happening during he was purifying Pendrago. So Alicia, we already know she's being labeled as a traitor pretty much by the fucking Duke. Why? And he's somehow free. I take it either the grandfather or father of Alicia, but somehow I think it's grandfather, but from his age, but he somehow convinced the king, well, maybe not convinced, but has made the king suspicious of Alicia, which, oh, king, you should know by your own fucking family members. Like, even though it's a royal family, and we already know that royalty family members back in those days, like back in the Middle Ages, they didn't care about each other. They would go fucking kill each other, actually. But if they actually have a deep connection and understand that a certain family member is actually kind, not dangerous, why would you suspect them? Like, why would you? Like, it's obvious Alicia's a good person, but I digress. So pretty much Alicia is, of course, still pretty much running away, but pretty much trying to stay alive to make sure that the Duke won't have his way and control Lady Lake. Make sure he doesn't control Lady Lake. Now, during these events, we found out there's been these tornadoes that have been going on, created by, of course, Hellions. And from what we found out, because Zesta, I sorry my names, but you know, the second wind spirit, the second wind seraphim, the one after Desel, pretty much. Like I said, I'm just gonna tell you this: these two characters do have a big major importance. Like I said, there's a lot of importance. I feel like I hope the anime do keep in. But yet again, it won't be too bad. It won't be too bad if they don't keep them in, because in a way, it does give each character development. Especially there's a one Rose situation, like the game. Oh my god, it made me cry when that happened. But I'm not gonna tell you what happened there, but it just made me cry. But anyway, there is gonna be, like I said, I'm definitely seeing all the difference between the game and the anime, definitely in this episode. And I don't know, because there's a patch in the game that focuses on actually Alicia. So there might be some actual evidence from the game that's actually in this episode is that the fact I don't own the patch of Alicia. I don't own the patch section of that game with Alicia, where Alicia is mainly the main character. So I'm wondering if any of this is part of, because even though like the other episodes like Anime Original as well, they still kept some of the same little elements they had in the game. They still kept them, and then in a way it's somewhat important as well. But with this episode, I don't know what the elements from the game side of it were in it, because I have not seen it. But tornadoes, created by Dragon Aliens. Again, Alicia and Zara meet, and pretty much they start talking and get to pretty much end up finding that they both know Saray, and he told Alicia to say hello to Saray for me, will you? And she said, I will. Yeah, and he just left. But also, another thing that we have now. Let me get to Moltran. It's gonna get to Moltran. Why Moltran is important in this episode is because Moltran right now is captured by the Duke, and he's been put on pretty much on the cross, like Jesus crucified. She is on the crucified cross. Oh my God, Jesus references. Okay, but still, she is now being sentenced to crucifixion, and pretty much this was a trap, because we know, if people don't know, Moltran, still don't know, Moltran is the mentor of Alicia. So Alicia deeply cares about Moltran because she's the one who taught her how to fight. She being treated, kind, and but believe that she should follow her ideals. Now, like I said, there are some elements about Moltran that I noticed that felt a teeny bit different about how the game done it, but I digress from that. But a spoiler warning, I'm just going to say spoiler warning of the game for anybody who wants to play the game, because like I said, for anybody who still doesn't, like I said, the game, this is not really following the game anymore. So if you are going to feel like, if you're going to watch Tales of Zestiria, so it means you don't have to play the game, I recommend that one. I already tell you that no, if you're watching Tales of Zestiria anime, it's not going to tell you the story of how Tales of Zestiria the game worked, because like I said, the anime is anime original. But pretty much, so spoiler warning of I've seen evidence that happened in the game, but because I'm gonna have to say this connection, so spoiler warning. So if you guys don't want to hear it, I recommend you mute the video until I do this sign to tell you it's okay to unmute it. So for right now, mute. I'll wait until you mute, and then I'll start talking. And when I finish talking, I will do this sign. Okay? So I'll wait. Okay, that should be enough time for you guys, for the people who don't want to be spoiled about the game and to understand. So won't get spoiled. So the thing that happens with Moltran, in the game, a major spoiler. I did say I was not going to reveal that. If I'm going to talk about Moltran in this episode, I feel like I definitely need to mention this. In the game, Moltran ends up betraying Lady Lake and also Alicia. She is a traitor. She actually works for the King of the Lord of Calamity. She works for him. So in other words, she's also a Hellion. And she never really liked Alicia at all, actually, surprisingly. Now, the reason why I bring this up, yet again, it could actually happen. It could be, maybe what we're seeing right now is a front. But yet again, she does actually still have some feelings to Alicia. Like, actually, in the game, she did still kept some things towards Alicia in a good way. But yet again, she still hated Alicia for some reason. But because of being a Hellion, of course, she's corrupted by evil and everything. But pretty much, in the game, she was a traitor and she hated Alicia. In the anime, so far, I'm hinting that they might not be adding this in, that she's a traitor. Maybe they're going to keep her actually the complete ally with Alicia. Because the way she reacts in this episode that it looks like she doesn't want Alicia to come and save her. She possibly because it's part of a plan to make sure she actually does come, or part of it to make sure Clarity gets actually put more to the world, so it's darkness, so she sacrificed herself for it. But I don't know. But for my general reaction, so thinking that Alicia will end up coming, she felt heartbroken or felt sad that she's going to come, as in she doesn't want it to happen. Now, like I said, in the game she is a traitor, but in the anime it's shown maybe she's not going to be a traitor. I don't know. This, like I said, they're still good at it, but that's something very important tonight. Actually, I'm going to wonder how they're going to deal with her character, because right now there's a strong possibility that she might not actually be a traitor. But either way, yeah. Anyway, okay. Spoilers. Done with the spoiler. Done with spoiler about Moltran. So anyway, let's get back. So yeah, Moltran has been sent to crucifixion, and when Alicia got word about it, she was conflicted because she was gonna wait for Saray and buy time to wait for Saray so she can go and build up forces pretty much, and of course try to take back Lady Nick. But yet again, she's also conflicted because she wants to save Moltran. But right now if by doing so she'll be betraying Lady Lake, she will be causing conflict if she tries to go save Moltran, and she doesn't want that to happen. So she was conflicted on what she was going to do. Was she go sacrifice Moltran and try to wait for so she can conquer Lady Lake again, or actually try to go and save Moltran, and by doing that it might risk her getting pretty much Lady Lake not longer on her side, pretty much making her attack her. Again, they think that she's a complete traitor. But in the end, she does go and try to save Moltran, and it ends with her standing on the walls of Lady Lake, preparing to pretty much fight against to fight her way through to save Moltran. Now, there's some other elements that I got to say. Now, Saray, again, he's the main character, of course, so he obviously needs to be at least a bit in this episode. And Saray is about to stop. He's now, from what we saw of him, he's heading to Lady Gate to help and trying to help out Alicia. Now, like I said, we found out that during that we noticed Saray notices a tornado that was heading also to Lady Lake, so they had to like hurry up and try deal with it and try to help Alicia out. But pretty much that's all that was happening in this episode with them. Nothing too major. But yeah, like I said, most of this episode was focused on Alicia. Her trying to also the Hellion guy. You guys know the main Hellion guy, the big long hair Hellion guy, the one that actually is part of the Assassins Guild. Spiral Feather. I think that's their full name. It might be their merchant guild name, but the Spirit Feather is their merchant guild. I'm trying to remember what Scatterbones. Scatterbones. You know the right now it's quite obvious from his costume that he is one of the original members of. He's a member of the Scattered Bones, the person he originally was before the Hellion thing came about and he got turned Hellion. But it's quite obvious that means Rose would know him. Now in the anime, we have not seen this encounter yet with them. I wonder how Rose is going to react at finding out the person she actually knows is also a Hellion. And I wonder how they're going to react to that, because in the game, when she found that out, she was she felt very bad about it. She felt very, very upset. And actually, in the near the end section of the game, she did try to stop him and pretty much exterminate him. The reason why I can reveal that more than I did with Moltron is because it's quite obvious from the outfit that he is connected to Rose. So that's the reason why I can reveal it, because everybody can easily tell that from the costume that he's going to be a major importance between Rose and Dazzle and everyone. So yeah, but he appeared in this episode talking to Alicia, and we found out he's been this entire time, ever since Saray left, he's been watching Alicia. I'm surprised he did not even attack her, but the entire time he's been watching her, and pretty much enjoying this calamity that was going on, enjoying all this malevolence, and just enjoying himself, and getting pissed off at how Alicia is not getting consumed by the malevolence, and being the bastard he is. But that's what pretty much he was doing in this episode. Still surprised he didn't even go so far to actually try to attack her, but either way. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. Animation quality, again, ufotable. Yeah, beautiful animation as normal. Like the art animation, like the tornado. Oh my god, the tornadoes look very good as usual. And yeah, nothing really much I've got to say. Alright guys, that's my anime review to Tales of Zestiria Season 2, Episode 7. Hope you guys like it. Become chat fans today. If you guys and FML, go to the description down below. My address there, and yeah. Hope you guys like it. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys! Wow.